longevity is related to your regularity of your sleep, at what time you wake up.
So it's not the length of the time.
It's not the length of the sleep.
Interesting.
So you have this kind of, it's risk, it's just, we call it risk, okay? So risk of mortality. And we see that people think it's 8 hours of sleep, doesn't make sense.
Welcome back to Oh My Grade. I'm Christy, your host today. We have invited our charming guest host back to our show, Erica. And then here today, our guest speaker is Paul, a well-known scientist from his scope of work. I'll leave the time for you to introduce yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very glad to be here today. So my name is Paul Rochon. I'm a doctor in cognitive science. I study multiple things, but one of them is a theme we are going to talk about today. I guess well-being and sleep. So I will explain a little bit more my parcours later.
Okay.
So I started to study the neuroscience of it. So that's my first master. I started to study the neuroscience of the biological clock you have in your brain, which is waking you up at the right time. And I realized this. I realized that if I sleep 3 hours or a certain amount of time, like 3 or 4 hours and a half, when I wake up naturally, I feel much more alert the rest of the day than if you sleep a big chunk of sleep, like 8 or 9 hours, but I'm wake up by an alarm. You see what I mean? Like,
yes.
You hate the world, right? When the alarm is ringing, you hate everybody around you. And so there is a concept of that, actually. The brain is always trying to wake you up at the right moment, but you don't really realize it. And so I was like, okay, let's create a little clock that wakes you up. So that's my first entrepreneurial journey. So I start to decide to...
I didn't know this.
To create a little watch to wake you up at a good time. Okay. That's my idea, and I don't know what to do with this idea. So I decided to went to meet the big guy of sleep in France. Okay. So I was lucky enough to go in his clinic, and he was a very old master, doing a lot of research in a long time ago about people do meditation. You know, we were register them to see the brain, and so I talked with him, and he said, "Yes, that's a good idea. You can join the team," because they were working on kind of the same project. I went on this journey. So basically, I finished this master of neuroscience. Then I did a master in cognitive psychology, and after I did a PhD in cognitive science. So what is a cognitive science? Is a measurement, and that's why I want to go there. So the cognitive science is the way you measure the way you take information and the way you give information. Okay, so you can see the brain like a computer. AI come from there, linguistic come from there. We study like philosophy, psychology, neuroscience, around the idea of what is the information, what it means. And so that's what we need to understand the well-being. Is like, what is the information that you're taking, and what do you need in order, and the way you are going to express them.
Wow. Okay.
So the journey arrived like this. We finished this watch, but on the same time, it was the iPhone 1. And on the iPhone 1, we already had an app was doing that, waking you up at the same time.
Okay.
So we threw out this watch, and we were like, what do we do now? And everybody fly in a world, different space.
You kind of mentioned a little bit about sleep, like you touch upon a lot about that based on your first, watch and apps and things like that. Can you tell me kind of a little bit more about, what you're focusing on now in that regard?
Yeah, sleep for me is the middle, because how you touch people by speaking something that everybody is having, or sleep, everybody have his own experience, right? So for me, sleep was the most easy way to make people interesting on the topic, I would say.
Yeah.
So it was a way of, so the PhD I did is about sleep, don't get me wrong, it's something that I always want to care. But actually the interesting to do is not to know how was your sleep. The interesting to know is like, how is going to be your sleep?
How is it going? Like, what do you mean by that?
I mean, measuring your sleep, you already know the sleep you have. So the watch is just making you a little bit more anxious about, is it good or bad? Did I do the right things? So it's creating a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
But at the same time, measuring what you can do and prepare you for having a better sleep later, it's more that what people are looking for. That's what is a well-being.
Yeah, okay.
The well-being is about helping people to prepare themselves for something or not having any problem. You want to avoid any problem. So you want to bring into a state of people which is, my physical state is good, therefore I'm not going to be sick. My mental state is good, therefore I'm not going to be depressed. My social state is good, therefore I will have a good time when I go to work and I don't have any problem.
Right.
So it's really hard actually to sell this kind of thing because you can measure before and after for sure the evolution.
Right.
But when you want people to buy for it, they will say like, I don't need that because I'm already okay. So you understand this concept. So we have the paradigm of the medical paradigm. You feel bad, you go to hospital to take care of yourself.
Right.
Or the well-being paradigm, that you feel good, but you want to be better.
Okay.
And I think the sleep is the center point.
Got it.
Because everybody can benefit of having a little bit better sleep. And everybody is experiencing the sleep. At some point, they're deregulated, right?
Yeah.
So I came on a sleep for that, yeah.
So Christy, you do not know this, but I actually, when I first gotten to know Paul, is because I reached out to him because I was having a little bit of a sleep issue, and this is a few years ago.
Okay.
And without sharing too much of my own personal issues, but I think, I was really struggling, just with work and a lot of stress, and I wasn't sleeping like the full 8 hours, as what everyone's been keep telling me that's how much sleep you should be having. And I was maybe sleeping probably 4 or 5 hours at the time. And I think we talked about earlier, the reason I wanted to bring it up, because earlier you were mentioning that the watch can kind of tell you you're sleeping a certain chunk of time, your body automatically wakes up naturally, right? And that's what I was experiencing. And I would sleep in this chunk of time and I would just naturally wake up. And I don't feel necessarily tired, but in the back of my mind, I kept feeling like, I cannot be well. Like, how can I be okay? How can I operate and function if I only have 4 hours of sleep? So I guess the reason I want to bring this all back is, can you share a little bit more about, why do people feel like, what's the concern with that? What is a good night's sleep? Maybe we start there.
Great, I'm very happy you share your experience. That's really the point. And yes, the big problem is what we read everywhere about you need to have an amount of sleep. But sleep is not like it's not just like a tank that you fill of something. So the amount is not very important. Okay. Yeah, it's about following this pattern, what you were explaining. So brain have a specific rhythm, which is it's like a train, I would say. The train is passing to pick you up to sleep, and it's passing to wake you up.
Okay.
So if you miss this train, you cannot fall asleep. Or if you fall asleep, it's going to be not the right sleep. And if you miss the train that wake you up, then you're going to wake up between two trains. That's not good for neither your body or your brain. Okay. Very often, I speak about that, the difference between the body and the brain, just to make it quite easy to understand. I will say it's like one is the biology or the neuroscience behind, and the other one is more the psychology, the way you see things. And you see how much is important what you were saying. It's like, people were telling me this is good, but I wasn't feeling that. So people always, and that's a normal thing to do. We tend to try to compare with what the others say rather than what we feel.
Right.
So that was the base of the well-being. It's like the more we turn people into finding or feeling what they feel and trusting their feelings, actually, it's going to be much better.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will say 2 points. One, so follow your rhythm when you feel you want to wake up or when you feel you want to go to bed. There is a lot of little trick here.
Yes.
When you want to fall asleep, you can tell me a couple of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, well.
What do you feel when you want to fall asleep?
A little drowsy, a little bit more slow when I react to things. And I can't,
I feel like my eyes are dry.
Yes. You will touch your eyes, right?
I feel like my eyes are dried and I feel like I need to sleep and then I fall asleep in 3 seconds.
So you feel it coming, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is like, you will feel it coming by having a little bit chill as well, when your body starts to cool down. People don't really realize, but if you really listen, you will feel it. Or sometimes your neck is just moving, right? You're just like falling down. You're yawning.
Yes.
Yawning is the biggest one of feeling asleep. Or like you start to feel some sensation in your arm or your hands. It's like the relaxation coming. So you go on your phone and you like this, right?
Yeah.
And you start to feel and you're like, it's okay, one more video. And then you pass the time, actually. You pass this window time, which is about 20, 30 minutes. And after for an hour and a half, you cannot fall asleep.
Right.
I mean, you can, but your brain is not ready to sleep anymore.
Yeah, so this is why people like this saying that don't keep your phone next to your bed or in the bedroom, like put it outside. Do you find that to be like a big problem today? Like you said, because people are just doing this.
It's a huge issue, specifically for kids. because kids doesn't have until 25 years old.
Yes.
The system of like blocking yourself or having a big willpower is not that big. So yes, it's a big concern for parents because the kids are just following what they feel.
Right.
Okay, much more than the adult, which is not following what they feel.
Okay.
So the kids, they feel trapped. Those things have been designed actually to trap your attention.
Yes.
So the attention, it's much bigger. Willing to know what is going to happen is bigger than the feeling of wanting to fall asleep. So you want to know because it's kind of like it's like a protection.
Okay.
It's like your nervous system is in always like alert,
Yeah.
and therefore you cannot let it go
Okay.
because that's what you want to let it go. You know, when you do a relaxation before going to bed, what we tell people is to do a routine. So you put everything in the same order every day.
Okay.
Okay, that's the best thing is to do. Think about everybody have a routine when you wake up.
Yes.
You do the same thing, you even don't realize. You go to toilet, you wake up, you drink something, you will wear something, you will go to sit even in the same space. You don't realize that. But when you go before the evening, most part of time, I was like, oh, I'm doing a lot of things because I have time.
Yeah.
And then now, oh, it's time to go to bed.
Right.
It doesn't work like this. It's time only when your body is telling you, oh, it's time, then you can go to bed to catch a sleep.
Okay.
So it's like it's an active process. It's not a passive process. So this active process is about preparing an hour and a half before it. So the routine of it.
Okay. So an hour and a half before.
Yeah. So you will start by dimming the light. There is a very specific relation on the light and the way you will fall asleep. Okay. This is a link with the melatonin. You maybe heard about that.
Yes.
So if you start to dim the light, go down the light as much as possible, your brain start to have this hormone, what we call melatonin, and it's going to help you to fall asleep later.
Okay.
So you start by this. It's like a sign you give to your body, okay, I'm going to do my routine. If you do it 3 days in a row, your body already start to like it.
Huh. Okay.
And there is a big reason, I will say as well, it's brain is always thinking about the future. You know, I was saying that. So when you give him what he wants, he will love it because you will start to turn like a robot.
Yeah.
So you can do everything you want. You can listen super hard music, but as long as you do everything in the same order, it's good. You know, like a kid, you say like, go to toilet, brush your teeth, put your pajama, or take a shower, put your pajama, go to bed, and I will read you a book.
Right.
If you do in the same order, actually, he's already sleeping when you arrive. Maybe not all the kids, but
Yeah. No. Not
What I
all
mean
the
is
kids.
that-
Yeah.
is that-
I was just then thinking like, I mean, I don't have children, but just myself, like, you know, as you were saying that, I was literally playing through my head, what are my nighttime routine? What's your nighttime routine? Do you know your nighttime routine?
Then maybe I'll play a episode of TV shows because I like to have background noise. I don't like to have the room too silent. But I'll for sure dim the light at around 11, or sometimes I've also have a projector in my room, so sometimes I'll move myself onto the bed, and then I still will make the light very dim, and then the projector is showing the show, and then maybe relax, check a little bit message, and then until I feel very like I have dry eyes and I want to fall asleep, then I'll just turn off and fall asleep. But recently, actually, I realized that because I don't like the silence, sometimes I'll leave the TV on so that I have the sound to go to sleep with me. But I don't like it. I want to change it. But I think at least I'm having a very good sleep.
Yeah. Unlike you, I really love like the quietness. I'm not someone who like noise. So typically when I go home, like there's no background music, there's no TV. When it comes like this nighttime routine, then for me is turning off the lights. Like I do this thing where I go around, I double check everything, and if I kind of usually need to make sure my living room is back in the place it's supposed to. I have a dog, you know, she likes to play with things and make toys everywhere. So I had to somehow tidy up a little bit, and then I would go to the room, put my phone away, brush my teeth, do the whole skincare thing, and then I would just lay down. And sometimes, I try not to play on my phone, but I have to admit sometimes I do. But like I realize that now my kick to go to sleep is the minute I start setting my alarm on my phone. And I wear a Whoop watch, so like a wellness tracker. And as long as I do these two things, then I know it's like time for me to go to bed.
So you still have a ritual, right?
Yeah. But this quietness, I think, unlike you, that's something I really need. Like. And complete darkness. And I realized you were right. Like I need to keep my room at a certain temperature. Like the colder it is, the better sleep that I feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we touch a lot of hygiene of sleep. You mentioned a couple of things. The first thing you mentioned is like you do everything in your bedroom. right? You
Yeah.
watch everything. So for people who don't have problem to fall asleep, do whatever you want. It's like, I'm not here to tell what you should do.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like you can change only when you desire to change, and you have your own key, because not everything works differently, the same way on everybody. But which is true is this one. If your sleep is like, or if your bedroom is like a heaven of sleep, which is only for sleep.
And I was sharing with Paul earlier, that I am very good at now waking up, and I wake up quite naturally. My morning routine is that I wake up usually before my alarm goes off. I turn it off, I kind of stretch a little bit, and then I got out of bed almost like within a couple of minutes. Get dressed, brush my teeth, and then I go to my dog right away. We do a little 2-minute cuddle session, and then we're out the door for our walk. And usually we'll walk anywhere between like half an hour to 40 minutes.
I feel like my wake up time is more irregular. I have difficulty in waking up since I was a little kid. I go to kindergarten and I couldn't wake up on time. Even if I woke up physically, I felt like my mental is not awake at all. Like I walk like a zombie and I go to the school bus, still asleep, something like that. Yeah. So if I wake up in the wrong time, it would take me, I think, around 30 to an hour to fully wake up so my brain can function normally. So now I'm grown up, so I realized that, but I still couldn't wake up at a certain time at a day. Like some people could wake up like you at a certain time regularly every day, right? I think my sleep time, if I observe or think about it, is depending on when do I fall asleep. Sometimes when I go for a drink, I sleep later, and then I'll wake up later. But naturally, right? If I don't have a morning agenda, earlier, then I wake up earlier. But in general, I think my body needs around 8 hours of sleep. So if I don't set an alarm, I'll wake up 8 hours after, but not at a certain time every day.
That's a blessing. I cannot. Like no matter what time I go to bed, I wake up at like 5:45. Before 6 o'clock.
So you are the blessed one. You are the most healthy one, actually. Yeah, we touch to a lot of concepts. So I need to re-clean all those concepts.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Because it's good. You are very two different type. Here you bring me to the second point of what you were asking me before. Is like how to take care of the sleep you were telling. So the number one was a routine in the evening.
Yes.
And the number two is about at what time you wake up. If you are regular in your waking up time, you will be much more healthy than if you sleep longer or shorter. And the studies are really big on that. We have like more than 10 million nights. We can see that your longevity is related to your regularity of your sleep. At what time you wake up.
So it's not the length of the time.
It's not the length of the sleep.
Interesting.
So you have this kind of it's risk. It's just, we call it risk, okay? So risk of mortality. And we see that people think it's 8 hours of sleep. Doesn't make sense. Actually, it makes sense for one very specific process that we call the pressure, the sleep pressure. It's like you need to clean the garbage in your head. Like half of the time you have made it to build it. So if you stay awake for 16 hours, you need 8 hours to clean all the garbage you have in your head. Okay. But this is not as strong as your biological clock. And the biological clock is here to wake you up at the right time. So it's a way of synchronizing the body every morning. Why we need to synchronize every morning? So that's why the people who wake up every day at the same time, they will synchronize themselves. Okay. The way we know that is we make people sleep in a cave.
Oh.
Okay, that's not very nice, but they wanted to try, right? I think he was a crazy French guy in the 60s or something like this. So he went to sleep in a cave for more than 2 months with like as much food as he want, with as much book as he want, but he have no idea about the time. Okay, and so he realized that actually his body clock was moving when he go out. His time length was not the same that outside. So they realized that actually his clock was turning 24 hours and 30 minutes. That means every day he wanted to go to bed later. And so we realized that our brain is doing the same without any, we call it Zeitgeber. It's a German word to say time giver. So it's like we need a time giver to tell your clock in your brain what time it is in order to resynchronize all the little clock you have in your body. All your cells is made of clock. You have to see it like an instrument. It's like all your organs need to work at a proper time. And the way your cells are going to regenerate or changing or doing things, they need a timer. Because everything is going differently. What we see is like your clock is 24 hours, 30 minutes. Think about it. When you travel to west or when you travel to east, your jet lag is different.
Yes, very
right?
different.
Very
Yeah,
different,
very
right?
different.
That's because of that. So when you travel to West, you just have to go to bed later. And everybody knows, like, going to bed later, it's easier than to going to bed earlier, right? It's because of the same concept. So every day your body wants to go to bed later,
Okay.
of 30 minutes, more or less. But then when you wake up in the morning, if you don't know what time it is, then your body will just move later and later. So that's what we say, we need synchronization in the morning. And the way we do this synchronization is, number one is the light.
Yeah, natural light.
Okay,
Yeah.
the light is going to tell you what time it is. I mean, this concept is not that easy actually to realize. It's like, if you sleep during the daytime, when you wake up, just by the luminosity around you, you know what time it is. You know this kind of thing. You don't need to check a clock. Like, you have an idea about the color around you, the context, what time it is.
Okay.
So the light, it's really impacting everything inside of your body.
Okay.
Maybe the light is the best thing for a lot of disease actually. So the light is very important. So you see, you go out every morning with your dog,
Yes.
and you say, oh, she doesn't want to pee. Actually, the dog, what she wants, the morning, she wants to go to see the light. So all the animals do that. All the animals have a light intake. So if you make them live inside of the home, they will push you to go outside to see the
Oh,
light.
that's actually quite interesting. I'll share one very little fact of my dog. We have balcony. It's full of sunlight. So every day, if I don't wake up, she will go
go
there,
outside.
and then she just sit there
There
and
we
then
go.
just like bathing under the sunlight. I
Exactly.
feel like, oh, so cute.
But there's a need, right? The
It is.
animals do. My dogs are the same way.
It's the same. But that's what we say. All my patients, I will tell them,
Yeah.
buy a dog. Because the dog is going to make you all the synchronization that you need. It's going to bring you outside to see the light. So 15, 20, 30 minutes is good. No sunglasses, no hat. And
Yes.
you need to take the sun. The second is to do a little bit of sport because you warm up your body. So the dog make you walk. And then you come back. What you do when you come back?
Drink water.
Okay. So water is good enough. I mean, you already activate your stomach. Actually, you need breakfast.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
You break the fast, you start to warm up your nervous system. And so you did the three biggest synchronization of the body.
Got it.
So that means every day, your body is going to prepare you for tomorrow. For the next 24 hours, all your body knows that you have synchronized from this time. And everything will happen quite well until it's going to tell you, oh, today you see the sun at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m., that tomorrow morning you will see the sun the same time. So it will prepare you for that. So in your case, you don't see the sun when you wake up. So that's why it's letting you sleeping left or right. And she's very like, every morning she go outside with the dog at the same time. So her biological clock is waking her at the same time. That's why I say it's much more healthy. It's much more healthy because then the body will work in accordance with all the other. It's like the instrument in a body is working much better. So we have maybe every day we have 10 new publication talking about the relation between this, we call it circadian rhythm, that means 24 hours, and all this kind of, how to say, disease, like degenerative disease, Alzheimer or cancer, any kind of things now is linked with this kind of circadian rhythm. So we realize this is not just a little things to feel good in a well-being part, it's as well taking care of your, I would say, the medical paradigm for later. Okay, so I work in hospital as well. So
Yeah.
I take care of people who have a problem, but what I like to do is to take care of people who want to be better.
Right.
Yeah, I also do it, I think, because before, in the past maybe 8 years or so, because there's a lot of nightlife, right? You drink until maybe 12, 1, 2. I think that's really hard to get to that routine if you sleep at 2, let's say. So you wake up at 10. But back in the days, maybe you have to be at office at 9. So it's quite tough.
Yes.
And also alcohol disrupt the sleeping rhythm. So if I drink alcohol, more and more often that I'll wake up at 5 or 6. So I cannot sleep properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we can dig a little bit into alcohol and sleep. So
Yeah, you take a couple of things. Not only that, you say alcohol, and just before you say like I go to bed later. So when I say people wake up at the same time, it's a weekday and a weekend.
Yeah.
You cannot change, because if you change, you create jet lag later. So I don't want people to have no life. You see, what I wanted to do is to have fun as well. But it's really that. It's like you go to bed at 2 or 3 a.m., you still wake up at the same time. You're still going to see the sun. You still need having like this intake. Then later you can sleep again. You can do a nap, you can do whatever, because your whole body actually is synchronized for the next 24 hours. So you don't need to be Someone who doesn't have social life anymore, you can.
Right.
And that's really
Just
the
wake
secret,
up.
right? So now alcohol.
There you go.
So I'm from Bordeaux. So I
Oh,
used to say like drink a glass of red wine is going to help you. No, that's not true. What is going, it's doing something which is interesting. Is making, so there is some type of people who are nervous, okay? Those type of people, when they drink, when you are nervous, you always have the blood rushing in your body. Make it like this. It's like you have more blood here to protect your organs than in your extremities. Okay. Today we did a little training before you were not here. I was showing how by breathing, you create this kind of relaxation. So the alcohol is making exactly the same feeling. When you drink a little bit of alcohol, you will have what we call vasodilatation. That means your pipe is opening a little bit more. So your blood start to go, flow inside of your arm and your legs, and you can start to feel it numb. You know, like or tickling or like sweating a little bit. So it makes you relax. And this sensation of relax, you can fall asleep quite fast.
Yes.
If you're a tension kind of people.
Right.
So the alcohol, it's interesting on that, but a half glass is enough already to make you have this sensation. Or by breathing, you can do that. And you see the technique we did just before was all about that actually. So you don't need the alcohol actually. You can do it by breathing. The alcohol, the worst is that your heart rate is fast. It will disturb your sleep cycle. It make you snore or stop breathing during the night. It's all the bad things. You just check your watch, the HRV after one glass of wine. It's all over. So yeah, alcohol.
Not good.
In any case.
I'm sure you've probably heard of this. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm tired. Grab a drink and I feel sleepy and I go to bed." There's this really big misconception.
So as well, you can drink water in between each glass. You avoid soda to put inside of your alcohol.
Okay.
I mean, you put less sugar as well. There is still a way of enjoying. But you have a lot of drinks which is non-alcoholic drinks as well, or like faking if you scare about your social life. But there is a lot of way, I would say, to turn into a well-being things.
I also changed a lot on this. I used to have alcohol, like consume alcohol every day because I have a lot of social occasions. Also, a lot of, but now I really don't. Like maybe I'll drink once or twice a month. I also don't drink to sleep. I think the most significant influence on myself is like I feel like I have more clarity. Like you feel like your body is like refreshed. Compared to when you have alcohol very often, feel like it's more like you somehow energized. It's not like you're extremely tired, but you still feel foggy, and at the same time you feel like you have inner fatigue. I don't know if you understand what I mean. It's like you're tired, but you sometimes boost something like you had Red Bull. So
Having the Red Bull just kind of, but that's an artificial way of giving you energy. I see you shake your head. Why are you shaking your head?
Red Bull is just, it will activate your cardiac rhythm. And so you will feel you have energy, and it's a lot of sugar. So you feel your energy. No, you feel you have energy, but actually it's not taking out your fatigue.
What takes out your fatigue?
It's a lot of misconception of the fatigue of like, okay, if I sleep, I will recover. Okay, when you do sport, you think like you're tired, your body is completely tired. You think you're going to sleep, you're going to feel better. That's true. When you're going to sleep, you will start to recover a couple of things. But actually, you want to recover the fatigue of the sport, you need to drink and to eat. You are tired because you didn't have any glucose anymore. So that's what you need to do, not to sleep. Sleep is not for that. The same, you have mental fatigue. You know, this kind of concept, like you are at work, you work, you want to go to sleep because it's enough. You want to forget your life or something. That doesn't work neither. Sleeping is not going to make your mental fatigue going out. Mental fatigue, let me be clear, there is two actually. One is about like I'm working non-stop. So you just need a little rest in between every cycle. So the same that I was saying during the night, we have sleep cycle.
Yes.
During the daytime as well, we have some cycle. Here we go inside of the Chronopsychology. But you have this kind of concept like you work for an hour and a half, then you need a little breathing. You need to change the context. You need to go outside and you come back. Or you need to check something else and then your brain can go back inside. So you clean the fatigue by doing something else. So you see the concept of fatigue here, the sleep doesn't work, right? It's when do you do, so the nap will be the best things to fight the fatigue. That's one. The second one, we can talk about the coffee. So this is a big trend in the coffee in China, which is very amazing. I stopped drinking coffee almost a year and a half ago. I used to drink a lot of coffee. Not a lot, I would say, but like everybody. And I feel coffee is an addiction which is even higher than a lot of different addiction. You guys drink coffee?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
So there is this misconception of the coffee. I wake up, I need my coffees, and after I can do something. The way coffee works is not helping on that actually. And that's the concept that people think it is.
Yes.
The first is giving you some warm start of feeling. When you wake up, you already have something that we call the cortisol,
Yes.
like this hormone that prepare you for action. And the coffee actually is bringing that even higher. So it's not very positive, I would say. The second is that the coffee is going to take the space in a brain on certain neuron, which is, when it's fired, it's telling you are tired. Okay, usually you have a garbage. You remember I told you, the more you awake, the more you have garbage in your head. And then this garbage is fixing to your neuron, and your neuron is making you feel you're tired. Okay, so the more you awake, the more you have sleep pressure, the more you want to go to bed, I would say.
Yeah.
So this is building up little by little. So when you wake up, you don't have this kind of garbage in your head because you have cleaned it from the night. So when you drink coffee in the morning, it's completely useless because you don't have garbage. So this coffee, it goes inside of this neuron, is blocking it for telling you are tired, but actually you have nothing telling you are tired. So it's blocking this garbage. And therefore, the garbage starts to come because you're awake during a few hours. The coffee stays in your brain for, we call it the half-life is 6 hours. That means after 6 hours, it's going to start to disappear. So during 6 hours, it's blocking you of feeling tired. And then the garbage fill. And when the coffee stops, boom, you have the crash. And the worst thing is this, is like, you remember I told you we have a biological clock, and this biological clock is waking you up. And what this biological clock does is like it's telling you in 6 hours, you're going to have a tired. You're going to feel that you want to go to sleep. Your temperature is going to start to drop just a little bit. You know this feeling after the lunch you want to go to do a nap? It's a natural thing. Everybody have it. Because your biological clock is telling you 6, that means siesta, that means 6 actually. So you can know after I wake up 6 hours later, I'm going to want to fall asleep. So if I take a coffee when I wake up, my body already wants me to fall asleep after 6 hours, and then I will have the crash of the coffee after 6 hours. Both of them together, boom. So that's the worst things to do, to wake up and to drink a coffee. Now you delay a little bit later, you delay 2 or 3 hours later, then it will help you actually to pass the 6 hours. Because the effect of the coffee is going to work for the next 6 hours. So I take a coffee 3 hours after I wake up. So you understand the concept?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now it delays the time in which you're going to feel
Yes.
tired.
And so these two crash will not be on the same time.
Okay.
Therefore, you will feel much able to go during the
I think there was something that I really want to ask back, and when you were explaining the concept of cognitive science.
So just make it clear, I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a master in psychology. So that means I cannot have this title. I have a master in neuroscience and I have a master in cognitive psychology, which is a little bit different. It's like doing more research on it, okay? And then after I did a PhD in cognitive science. So what is the difference? The difference is this cognitive science is about using all the science to try to understand how the information is circulating. So we will see it with the neuroscience point of view, with the psychological point of view, with the anthropological point of view, the social point of view as well. So actually we study all the science which is around this kind of concept. The way I speak to you, the way you speak to me. So it's like your suggestibility, the way you take the information that I'm telling is different from everybody. And so that's the way we will try to understand the concept. This is useful to know the way you communicate, but it's useful as well to know how it works inside. So I'm a specialist of your state of consciousness. Okay? So sleep is a state of consciousness. Inside of sleep, actually, there is 3 different states of consciousness. The way you take the information and the way you will give it. Okay? When you are dreaming, for example, that's what you have a certain way of having your brain functioning. When you are sleeping without the dream, when you are in deep sleep, for example, there is some dream but it's different. You have a certain way of thinking the world. Actually, it's more your body movement is working at that time. During the daytime, it's the same. When we think the morning, it's not the same when you think the afternoon. It doesn't work the same way, actually. So that's what we call the state of consciousness. When you do meditation, it's a new state of consciousness. When you take some specific chemical in your body, you can induce specific state of consciousness. And there is one I use very specifically is hypnosis. So I'm a hypnotherapist as well. And the way I will use hypnotherapy is to bring people to a certain way where what I'm telling them, it becomes their own thought. So their capacity of changing is much faster. You know, we have this kind of little voice.
That's scary.
No, because you know, it's like hypnosis is not, so hypnosis is not about sleeping. And actually for sleeping, I will very rarely use hypnosis for people who have sleep problems. I will use hypnosis more for people to induce a new behavior in their life, to make them going toward a certain goal.
So can you give an example? So let's say if I am making this up, if I come to you and say, I want to quit smoking. I don't smoke for the record, but if I do, and I
That's
come
a
and
very
say,
good
hey,
one,
you know,
yeah.
I really struggled. I want to do it. Is this a form of treatment that you can use with them, and how would that work?
Yes, exact. So smoking is a good point because stopping smoking is interesting. It's good. I used to smoke, so and my family used to sell cigarettes. It works in this way. It's a little bit long concept, but you have the subconscious and the conscious. Basically, everybody think with your willpower you can change the world, but actually your conscious is the theater of your subconscious. So you are seeing things after it happened, basically.
Okay.
So if you decide to do something, you cannot influence because it's afterward. Yeah, free will, in our science, it almost doesn't exist. So that means it's a little bit sad. Let's put it like this. But people who want to stop smoking by their willpower, it's about 3%.
Oh, wow.
So that means you can think about you want to stop because of what? Because the smoke is associated with so much positive things with your life that it's very hard to take it out. Your subconscious is learning by, or yourself actually, when you grow up, you learn by association. Okay, everything is associated with something. That's the way the body and the brain learn. Okay, when you arrive after around teenager, you will start to create what we call the critical mind, which is going to protect those associations. And those associations make you feel safe. Okay, so every time you have a problem in your consciousness, let's say the consciousness develop after the teenager year, it's about the willpower, it's about the society rule, your parents, what they say, your teacher and everything. So you start to create a world around you, which is the thinking of what should be. But actually, maybe your body learns the association differently. So let's say when you smoke, you associate actually with something positive. The alcohol, the friend, the relaxation after the meal, any kind of thing. So those associations are super, super tight. So what we do in hypnotherapy, we don't care about what you think during hypnotherapy. We go to this level. We take out your critical mind, this little voice or eyes which is watching everything all the time, and then we go to change the association, to dissociate something which is good or bad. Now, there is a specific thing I want to go here in the smoking, because people think you are addicted because of nicotine. I don't think so. I think you are addicted about the breathing pattern that you are having. The breathing pattern every time you smoke is a short inhale and a long exhale. So you see the test we did before this. It was all about breathing like this. When you do that, you relax. The same as drinking a glass of alcohol. You see what I was saying?
Yeah.
So when you do that 500 times per day, your body associates the relaxation with smoking like tight like this.
Interesting.
So the hypnosis on that, it's very powerful actually. You can stop in 1, 2, 3 sessions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it can be complicated, can be long. I would say with hypnosis is about 40-50% success in a world when I read.
Okay.
After me, I will associate with a lot of different little behavior. How to make you relax on the same time with the sun, with the sleep.
Yes.
So that's, for me, hypnotherapy is like it's a complement, I would say. So when people come to see me, I cannot smoke, I cannot stop smoking, I need to find out what they smoke actually first.
Okay.
Understand the concept. So most part of times they will smoke because they have a nervous system which is a little bit too much. They're looking for something to coming down. So the smoking is not the problem. It's just a symptom of what they are doing.
Got it.
So I can
Very
start by that,
interesting.
to make them feeling better.
Yeah.
Then they will trust what I do with them, then we can go a little bit deeper. on something.
Okay. That's really interesting. I love that your scope of work, it really touches upon so many things. It doesn't seem like any specific issue. I'm using air quote because I'm using that very loosely. There's so many different elements that associate and attach with it. It's never just one single thing.
So here you were mentioning something. So yes, it's more a treatment. So it's more the medical part, I would say. So the same. In a hospital, I will receive people in a medical part. So I'm the head of the sleep center in Raffles Hospital as well. So I have some medical background, a medical way of taking care. Not medical background, sorry, I'm not a medical doctor. But we take care of treatment of people who have problems. Okay. But what I really like actually is to use this for performance. So I used to be in the sport industry, and so what I do the most now, what I like to do is to take care of people who want to perform better. So I will use that, for example, for mental preparation for high-level sports people. So on the same time, I will take care of their sleep and or their travel, but I will use hypnosis to make them being much better in their performance. Mental trick and how you learn the movement and how you put yourself stress outside before doing some things.
So interesting.
So that's what I like.
Okay.
That's
cool.
my passion. Yeah.
It's also very powerful because I kind of in the beginning when I reacted, the scary is that actually you can insert any kind of mindset into the brain.
Can you do that? Can we clarify?
I don't think so. I think you can only do whatever you are okay to do with. So you can see those shows on TV, do the duck and stuff like this. Maybe those people are okay to be the duck. But if they don't want it, if their body feel like there is something which is dangerous for themselves, they will not let it go.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is a very fun fact. So it means that if I'm the patient, and you're trying to do hypno, and then you're trying to help me to or insert some ideas which are gonna help me to achieve certain goals that I wish for. But if that thing that you're associating or disassociating will threat my other connections or association, then I'll just like won't let this idea in.
Yes. Alors, there is one thing you said is like, I'm not inserting any idea actually. I'm like a catalyzer. So that means you are thinking, you are creating your story. When you are in hypnosis, you are hyper aware. You are not sleeping. You're hearing better, you smell better, you feel better, you visualize better. It's like you are in a hyper state of being able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So you visualize much more. It's like a daytime dream without having something blocking you from creating this daytime dream. And this daytime dream become a memory in your body. So I'm letting you traveling. You create your own things.
Right.
You wake up what is interesting is like you wake up with a lot of feelings that you had in your past as well. And then you make it together to be even stronger.
So it's even more advanced because you don't need any drugs. You just help them to explore the subconscious, and then you can help them achieve this, release something.
You can mix it as well. I think that's what is interesting. You see, for example, people will take sleep pills. Okay, sleeping pills, it's chemical. The company are pay $1 million to create those kind of pills. It's going to work. You're going to sleep. But your sleep is going to be a disaster. You're not going to have the deep sleep or the dream sleep. So you're going to have a lot of feelings that you sleep, but actually your sleep is not good. Is it good or bad? It's not that bad because you will start to feel that you can hone your sleep again. So for a certain period of time is interesting. But if you do that all the time, you need to take out of the pills. So the chemical is always interesting to help the people to feel something, to induce something specific. So I could use a chemical to make you feeling a certain state of consciousness, then link it with something outside. You can even do your own self-hypnosis, actually. So that's what we call doing an anchor. So you link, you associate a certain feelings that you have created with a chemical, and then you link it with a behavior. And therefore, later this behavior, when you do, you can re-feel exactly the same feeling without this chemical. Okay, so that's the real secret, actually. Like you go really deep inside of the mechanism.
And just go back to what you were saying earlier in terms of the hypnosis in terms of helping sports performance. And how, can you explain a little bit more? Because as someone who's in an own company and trying to build a business, how does that associate? Because I'm thinking when you say high performance, I'm trying to figure out, can this also be done for someone who's, say, for example, trying to prepare? How different is that from manifestation, for example?
Yes. So one of the part of the business we do is this. It's like that's the same idea of the well-being. When you take care of the environment, you put people in a space where their brain is much more free to do something. Okay, that's what we call environmental well-being. So we go in a company, in a school, and we will take care of the light, the feeling, the lean management, the sound, the air quality, and this will free your space for some problem. For example, the light is probably, again, the biggest one. The frame of the light, the temperature of the light will bring you to a certain state of consciousness, a certain capacity of concentrating on something. We don't realize that. It's easy calculation, but we just don't realize. That's why you have this well-being, label or this kind of thing, which is telling you what kind of light you need in order to see better. So it's free up some space, and then you can work better. Okay, so it is the same concept actually. Like you don't need to go inside of like a specific state of hypnosis. You can already take care of this around you. That's the first step. Okay,
Yeah.
Then you take care of your sleep and your capacity, your cognitive capacity, your way of being suggestive to the work that you have to do will be much bigger as well. So the concept of well-being is really that for me. It's like how you achieve a certain state of consciousness by your physical well-being, by your mental well-being, by your social well-being and your environmental well-being. And you reach to a state where you can perform what you want at what time of the day, at what time of the season as well. So we go to an even bigger concept here, but that's really the idea. It's like, so if you want to feel it with the hypnosis, you will feel it at some point.
Okay.
I can make that, for example. Yes, I will make you feel this right now, you feel very good. Do you want to feel this good specifically at some time in your life? Yes, so you will have to change that in your house. You will have to adapt in your work. You will have to talk differently, communication with your parents maybe. And so you see all the dimensions that I'm talking about. So in the company, we have a lot of different specialists that working kind of together to create this kind of multi-dimension way of taking care of people. And that's one of the biggest projects we are working right now. We do that with school and parents. So instead of going to school, the school send the parents to us more, you know what I mean? It's like, so the school is like very hard to take care of the parents willing towards their kids. But what we do, we bring the team inside of the house and we take care of everything. From the light to the communication, we have a nutritionist, a sleep specialist, a body, an osteopath, a psychotherapist. We bring them as a team to take care, okay, what is your environment? What is the way you communicate? What is the way you eat? What is the way you sleep? And then, okay, we fix everything for several months. And then you elevate your game, I guess.
I think we still have a little bit of time. Going back to sleep, we talk about the techniques and stuff. I think we can go into a little bit of the harmfulness of not having enough sleep or not having proper sleep, and also some of the problems in insomnia, and also the what we call the sleep epidemic nowadays. Caused by social media. First, let's start with the fun part, like the social media and like insomnia. Like now,
Is this fun?
I think it's
Like,
fun.
that's an interesting definition.
Yeah,
but let's go.
Yeah, I think it's fun to learn why.
We talked a little bit before already, right? The screening on the phone. But yeah, it come to something we didn't finish before, the sleep hygiene. The
And
sleep
me
hygiene
time.
about me time. No, that's a very, very important one. Me time should be the morning. That's hard, but if you do a me time in the morning, you will have much more energy the rest of the day.
Yeah.
If you do it at the end of the day, that means you sacrifice yourself first for everybody else, and then you take the time for yourself. So your pattern is already wrong here, I would say.
Okay.
You get up, the first things you need to do is to take care of you. So yes, you want to sleep longer because you think you need to sleep 8 hours, but I already demonstrate the wrongness of this thinking. So actually, if you gain time a little bit in the morning, then you take care of yourself, then your energy is much better for the rest of the day. How can you take care of someone without taking care of yourself first?
Right.
You're not able. So this concept is very important first. Okay, but then I understand the fact like you go out of a very stressful day, you want to get down. But the thing is like if you take care of yourself in the morning, the quantity of the stress that you have, it's
very true.
the same, but your capacity of having it is much bigger. Think about like a cup of water. This is a stress level. Your nervous system is like the cup. You can make it bigger or smaller. The stress that you get is the water. Okay? So your physical health, the morning if you do sport, your cup will be much bigger. So you can put a lot of water inside. It's not going to bother you. And then you have a way of taking out the water is by your mental strength, the way you will do meditation or hypnosis or any kind of activities that will help you to relax mentally. You will take out the water. So you see, if you work on these two things, that will help you already to feel much better. And that's what is a me time. A me time is giving you this kind of way. So scrolling on a phone, for sure. What is making you going inside of a routine. Remember? It makes you feel like a robot. So then you let it go and then you don't think about your problem. Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, it's a trap.
Okay.
It's a big, big trap. So for the teenager, we need to force them. There is no other way, we say.
Yes.
It's like taking out the phone. It's taking care of them. They will fight. But then putting things into rules much younger, that's a proper way to do it. You have rules, you follow, everybody is okay. You have a deal. You make them a little bit growing up on understanding how you manage deal. It's good for business later as well.
Yeah.
So So for me, the sleep epidemic is this one. Is a fact like people is looking for taking care of themselves, but the wrong way. You were telling about like people don't know what they don't know. That's true.
Yes.
But I see the young generation is really looking forward to take care of themselves much more than the old generation. And that's, I'm very positive actually to see the future. And
Based on what you said, I can share a little bit about my childhood. I think a lot of people, a lot of parents just let their kids do whatever will calm them or just make them focus, such as watching TV and such things. Right? When I was little, through primary time, I think until 11 or 12, my TV has a digital lock, which you can you're only allowed to watch 2 hours of TV a day, me and my sister. So our helper will help to monitor that it's a 2-hour limit. So the extra bonus you get is if you wake up early, then you can watch TV like Disney Channel before you go to school. So I never get that, right? My sister wake up very early so she can watch a few episodes of cartoons in the morning. But like after that, you go home, you can only have 2 hours. So have the digital lock, you can't open it yourself, right? So I think this actually influenced me a lot for a long period of time. Until now, I get more used to having the background noise and episodes and stuff. But for a long period of time, I don't crave for that. Like even when we can watch TV, it's only a few channels to choose from. Discovery Channel, National Geographic, Disney Channel, like all the English channels, and also like I think Travel Channel and Crime Investigation Channel. Those kinds
knowledge based.
yeah. So all the knowledge based channels. I really appreciate that my parents did that because it really taught me that how to control the consumption of like leisure TV content and those kind of things. And also I think it plays a big part of helping me not to get addicted to such things. Even for social media, I think I get a little bit more addicted to those kind of things when I grow older because the algorithms are just too good. And I do marketing, so I have to research a lot, right? So you a little bit in the whirlpool. But to be honest, I think I control myself better. Like I can just switch it off. I could just remind myself of my childhood that this is like how you do it. Like so, I think this is maybe a good hack for parenting, and I think it influenced me a lot. But of course, like as a scientist, you can also explain why, right?
That's the association. You see the way we learn everything by association.
Right. Yeah.
How do you see it?
Well, for me, I think this also this kind of numbness, right? I think this is why people are quite so associating to like relaxation or just feeling numb. Because I know sometimes from a stressful day, if I come back and I scroll my phone, and it stops making me think or worry about everything else that goes on in my life. This is just something I can scroll. It's usually very like useless content, if I have to be completely honest. But it brings some form of like self-soothing almost, and that's a good feeling. Then I think I'm a lot better now where I know when to stop. But before, there are days when I'm so tired, and that's always an excuse I give myself. I'm really exhausted. I kind of deserve to just let my brain go. But I actually do not think that's doing me any good at the end of the day. So what's your take on that? And I think even more importantly, from a learning perspective, what are some of your tips and tricks for someone who really wants to break this habit and kind of turn to a more healthy option?
Yeah, I think the best way will be to put it in a routine. So it's a part of your routine, but then you shrink it and it cannot exceed or start before. So at that time you start to, like you say, limit it, and then you accept it because you are inside of something which is special. But you have to do something after and before. You have to have something else to do because, like you said, you need to stop thinking. But then the more you will put inside of the routine, and the more you will see that is useless because you can replace it by something else. Okay, so it can be cleaning. It can be writing something. It can be calling someone. But it can be or watching a movie if you want, which is better because it's longer, not like just a scrolling. But you cannot pass from 5 hours to 0.
Right.
You need to be incremental. And you need to fix middle goal. Okay? Oh, I'm from 0 to 5 hours. Impossible. The goal is too big. You will never make it happen. You will do it 2 days in a row. And then you will hate yourself even more because you couldn't make it. And then you know someone who did it, and so you hate him. It's like, so all this kind of feeling, right?
Yeah.
And that's the way you need to protect yourself. And so incrementally, it's always a good thing to do. Your body, he loves making things little by little.
Yeah. Okay.
Such a good hack.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will use that or try to break it, but they couldn't, right? I think we are still more conscious kind of people, and we are more aware of such things. I'm sure there are kids, there are parents themselves, or there are people who are scrolling 8 hours a day and they couldn't stop because they don't know how. So I think it's valuable sharing.
Because I travel within the city, and as we know, Shanghai has a lot of traffic. So getting from point A to point B usually takes 10 to 15, sometimes even 20 minutes.
Great.
And I always kind of do a quick nap in the car, whether if I like it or not. Usually I enjoy it, let's be honest. But I think that really energized me for whenever my next appointment is. I come out of the car, it's for sure not deep sleep, but it just gives me enough rest that it really sustained me for the next 3-4 hours. Yeah. That's
good. I like it too. Nap is good, except if you are insomniac. If you cannot fall asleep the night, you shouldn't do a nap because you need to build this sleep pressure to fall asleep the night, okay? Now, if you during the daytime you feel a little bit tired and you don't have insomnia, that's good. Nap is amazing for a lot of things. It's amazing for memory, first time, for the kids. Like you learn something, you do a nap, you will memorize what you have done better before, and then you will clean, and then you have space for memorizing something.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah, people, you see parents is always pushing, especially in China, you learn, but learning, that doesn't mean you memorize.
Yeah.
Okay, and you need sleep actually to have this transfer from the short-term memory to the long-term. That basically you need that. I can go deeper on that, but that's maybe another topic. So nap is good for that. But the third one, what you talk is the physical part, right? But the mental as well. You feel fresh cognitively, right? I love it too. So what we were just doing before we start today, we were trying to do a quick power nap. We did a coffee nap. So that means, that's a fun fact actually. It's like you drink a coffee, you need 15 minutes for having the coffee kicking off. So you get 15 minutes of sleeping. You drink a coffee, then you put yourself in you have a breathing technique that make you fall asleep. And then when you will wake up 15 minutes later, you will feel much more fresh, and you will wake up much more alert, much faster, I would say. Usually after a nap, you're a little bit like a groggy, you got what we call a sleep inertia. But the way to know if you have done the right nap is this one. If you ask yourself the question, did I sleep or not? Sometimes you close your eyes.
Yes.
And then you ask yourself, did I sleep? That means you have slept.
Okay.
You're not going to ask yourself this question if you didn't sleep. So sometimes the smell actually in your mouth will change. Your eyes will have like a little difficulty to open. That means you have slept as well. Doing a power nap is just to bring your state of consciousness to what we call an alpha rhythm. So it's when you start to imagine a little bit more. You have more visual. So that means you recover actually. And you have recovered quite a lot. We use it actually. My teacher used to create that. It's called an alpha training for the people, the pilots, and for the people take care of this kind of industry. So it was really a strong things to do. And so that's what is a nap. And I love nap. So you have small nap, you have a power nap.
What's a, okay, yeah, I'll let you
Go,
finish.
go.
No, because I was going to say, what's a small nap? Like when we say nap,
So the micro nap.
Okay, what's the time frame? Like be specific.
Micro nap, you can just close your eyes and you get like a blank and you ask yourself this question.
Right, okay, so that's
It
a
can
micro
happen
nap.
like this in like 5-10 seconds, that's enough actually.
Right.
Yeah, it can be 2 minutes, even less than 2 minutes. You're in a meeting, it's warm, and you will just close your eyes and then you reopen and did I sleep or not? Yes, you have slept.
Okay.
Very powerful nap. If you start to move, you will be good, like you say, for 3-6 hours.
Okay.
Then you have the 20-minute nap.
Yes.
Okay, nap, never do it in your bed. Okay, you remember I say association is a king of everything. Your sleep night is in a bed. Your nap is not in a bed. It should be elsewhere. Or you can just have a sofa specifically just for this nap. So your body will know every time I sit here, it's a nap time. then he will sleep only 20 minutes. Okay, so the same you associate like this. And then after you have the full cycle sleep. So you go to bed at 2 a.m., you wake up at 7 because you know that now waking up at the same time is good. Then you can do an hour and a half nap. It's a cycle, full nap.
Okay.
Like during holiday, for example, you want to really recover. You go in an afternoon, you sleep, you wake up later naturally, it's going to be an hour and a half.
Okay. Got
And
it.
so this is the full nap. Yeah.
Okay. So this was a much healthier sleeping habit. Key point being waking up at the same time every day.
So I have a question that is gonna help myself, and I think so. If I'm a late person, how do I tune it to a early person? And like let's say I would love. Actually, I did it for a period of time, but it went back. So how do I shift from, let's say I sleep at 2, to I don't. It doesn't need to be 8 hours, right? But I then can wake up at 7 every morning. Like, is there any hacks for that?
Yeah. So you mentioned the fact like you have a personality, you say, right?
Yeah.
So we call it the chronotype. That means you have the people of the morning, the people of the evening. It used to be a concept which was very strong before, even some tests online you can find. Actually, I'm more and less agree with this type. I think everybody can be morning and everybody can be evening. What we know, however, is the fact like during your life is changing. When you are little kids, you are more you're everywhere actually. Yeah? A kid is like he's sleeping all the time. And he's sleeping, you can see by cycle. He's going to sleep an hour and a half, wake up an hour and a half, sleeping an hour and a half. That he still have the sleep cycle, but then he's going to grow up, he's going to come together, and you can start to have maybe 8 hours of sleep, and then a bunch of 3 hours of sleep later during the day, right? And then that's 12 hours or 11 hours, and that's good. When you're kids, you need these long things. So later, you become, when you are a teenager, you're a late person. This is biology. It's not because you want to enjoy your life. It's not a me time. It's your melatonin actually is a little bit all over the place. So it didn't fix you to sleep at the right moment. That means your body doesn't know when to fall asleep. So you are a late person naturally. That's why we tell school teenagers should start later the daytime. That doesn't make sense. You make them work the 3 first hours of the day when their body is going down. So it's a useless time. It's not efficient. We do that for the society, I understand, but if some school change, it's very few, and that's one of the big work we do. We go to school, we explain them what kind of light helps the kids to wake up, what they have to do to make it better, whatever. So when you are a teenager, you are a late type, but this is a biological way. After teenager, you start to have your melatonin is fixed, you go back more and more to a morning person. This is what your body is looking for, because it's just synchronizing with the sun. And when you become now an older people, then you become like a kid again, because your melatonin start to go more and more, less and less, and so you go back to your natural rhythm, which is an hour and a half, a little bit everywhere.
Okay.
So grandparents waking up cannot do 8 hours in a row. They will start to complain. Actually, it's normal. They will sleep maybe 3 cycles, and then they will wake up, and then they can sleep again, then they will wake up. You just have to enjoy the way you are, actually. You cannot just go back to when you were 20, and that's more or less this kind of thing. So you want to be from evening to morning, dog, sun, walk, and food. So food, the breakfast is important for 2 reasons. One, it's because you activate your nervous system. The brain, it's around your stomach. There's a lot of neuron, there's a lot of connectivity, which is telling you if you eat something, okay, that's the beginning of the day. And the second one is protein. When you eat protein in the morning, you create something later in your brain called serotonin. You need those proteins to create, it's a neurotransmitter that will help you to go between sleep cycle. So it's an important thing to have, not too late. So you need 12 hours, basically, I would say.
Yeah.
So you eat protein in the morning, 12 hours later, you start to have those things that help you to fall asleep or to sleep better. So people skip that, then they don't have that enough.
So not only to have breakfast, but have like eating
Protein.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting too. I think actually the walk, the sun and the breakfast was the design from Paul as a gift to the audience where everybody can do. It's so easy to get. It's not
So easy
expensive,
to do. Yes.
right? And it's easy tip. If everybody can start from there, maybe it can be life changing. That's what I thought.
Snowing, raining, it's still better outside than the light you have around you.
Yeah.
100 times better. Because people who live in the north, for example, or wake up late earlier, don't have the sunlight. We have a lot of light you build that are very powerful who give you this, but the sun is always better, I would say. If you can have the sun, is the best.
Oh, actually, the last question that I'll ask, and then I'll leave if you have any.
Sure.
So I saw a new product on the market that is an alarm that it doesn't have any sound. So you clip it on the bed, and then when it's the alarm time, and then it gives you the light to wake you up. So do you think it's a good product to try?
I will say the best. So we do that for teenagers. It's just like you fix something on a curtain, and then it's opening the curtain automatically 45 minutes before the time you should wake up. So then you wake up by the sunlight. It's more efficient than just a little light, I would say.
Okay.
Because those light even is, okay, you pass from zero light to a little bit, but you better doing with the outside light, the natural light. Because those light use certain color inside of it. And you need a specific color in the morning. We call it the blue. Remember we say your phone and the computer, the night is not very good because you have a blue.
Right.
So you shouldn't use the computer because this blue, the evening, is turning off your melatonin. So you cannot fall asleep. That's true. Yes and no. But if you have too much screen, that give you too much light the evening, and then you cannot fall asleep. But actually, this blue is very good the morning. You need to have a lot of blue the morning. So if you have this kind of glasses, a lot of people wear glasses in China, right? Which is blocking the blue, you shouldn't wear that in the morning. You need a lot of blue in the morning. So this is a big misconception as well. And very few people know that. It's like, so you will wear that thinking you're protecting yourself. Actually, you destroy your circadian rhythm. So you can start to wear those glasses after 2, 3 p.m. Yeah, that's okay. But before,
Don't wear it.
shouldn't wear that.
All of my glasses have that blocking blue, but I don't wear them in the morning, so I'm okay. I'm taking the box. I learned a lot today.
me
Sleeping. I think I have to go back and replay and see all the and then put it as a notes and what I should do every morning. 7 a.m. blah blah, and then I can remember. And a lot of fun facts and hacks. Actually.
So let me finish with a fun fact, because that's where we are, right?
Yeah.
So you heard about the Monday morning. Some people really want to fight the Monday morning or hate the Monday morning. So there is a big reason for that. Now we have all the concepts, right? So the light and you wake up at the same time. People the weekend want to sleep later in order to catch up on sleep, right? You want to sleep 8 hours, you went out the night, so you sleep later.
Yeah.
And you wake up, like, let's say you wake up 3 hours later. What is going on now? You understand the concept? So I wake up and I see the sun 3 hours later. That means all my clock is going to move 3 hours later.
Yes.
So what I do is I'm not recovering the sleep I didn't have. I'm breaking the sleep I will have later. So I wake up 3 hours later, I see the sun 3 hours later. So my body is preparing me for tomorrow to wake up 3 hours later. And it's working because the Sunday morning you're going to sleep later as well, right? So you did that the Saturday, you did that the Sunday.
2 days in a row.
Yes, 2 days in a row. So basically your body say, oh, if you do something 2 or 3 days in a row, I'm going to change because you take care of me, right? So he's going to do, okay, Monday morning, I'm going to prepare you to wake up 3 hours later. But he's going to prepare you Sunday morning to go 3 hours later at bed as well. So you arrive the Sunday morning, you cannot really fall asleep. You don't feel good. Or if your body falls asleep because it's tired of the weekend party, your brain doesn't want to sleep.
Yeah.
So you're going to start to sleep. You might have nightmare or sweating. It's not a very good sleep. Then you will wake up at 6 a.m. because you have to go to work. And actually, your body temperature is still going down. You don't have the cortisol. Your body is not ready to wake up. You want you to wake up at 9. So you have a jet lag, actually. So the weekend, what you do by sleeping in, you create a jet lag feeling. So the Monday morning, you will hate everything. You will hate the people around you. You will because you have to find a reason why you feel bad like this. Your well-being is not good anymore. The reason is never you. It's always the things around you. And then you will associate with something negative. So you can start to build some mental feeling of like something is wrong. I shouldn't do that. I don't like this smell. I don't like this color. I don't like these people who talk to me every Monday morning. And what the most things you do in every company in the world on the Monday morning?
Have a meeting.
Meeting. Think about how wrong it is. So worst things to do, communication between people when your body temperature is going down. So the people are feeling very bad the Monday. You need, let's say, 1 hour per day to recover. So if you have 3 hours of jet lag, you need 3 days to recover. Monday you feel bad, Tuesday you still feel bad, Wednesday you start to be good, Thursday you're good, Friday you're very good, let's go out tonight. And then you go back to this cycle.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So instead of recovering the weekend, your sleep, you are destroying the next week's sleep.
Right.
And everybody's doing that.
Wait a second. Hold on. So if I'm running a company and I'm trying to get a team, so when would be a good time for a team meeting? Because I can never anticipate.
So what do you think?
Friday.
Maybe. Or maybe
Before
not,
the
because they
morning.
already think about
Yeah,
the
think of
weekend.
maybe like Thursday or Wednesday.
Thursday looks pretty good, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And what time of the day you think?
And, well, I would hope in the morning and then in the
Yes.
afternoon. Yeah.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Not 6 hours after they wake up. So not after lunch.
So Thursday morning. I'm shifting my team meetings now. Going to Thursday mornings.
It's a big difference. Or all your team knows the trick and they're sleeping very good the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's easier to move my meetings to Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
makes
thank you
sense.
very much for both of your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think going forward, we will have a lot of topics regarding sleep. And I look forward to it a lot. But still today we've learned a lot. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We are going to share more later on the channel. So if you're interested, remember to subscribe, like, share with your friends if you think it's useful. So I think we're gonna end here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.